Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching the videos that I've posted so far. Thank you for liking, thank you for sharing. At least my subscribers are growing more. So please, if you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you can know when I upload a new video. All right, guys, let's get to it. So today I want to talk about a fun experience I had recently and some of the feelings that I went through during the experience, and hopefully draw a few lessons that I can share with you. So I recently visited in Kasiri Adventure Park with a group of friends. And Kasiri Adventure Park is exactly that. It's kind of like an open space somewhere in Kitengela that has a variety of activities that you can experience either as a family, an intimate one, or you can go as an office for a team building, or just a group of friends, just so that you can have fun. And among some of the activities there are things like Zumba, there is archery, there's a swimming pool, so you can swim if you want, and then there's also an activity called high ropes. And so that's what I'm going to speak about today. My experience, my first time experience doing high ropes, some of the emotions that I was going through as I was doing this activity, and some of the lessons that we can learn from my experience with the high ropes. So just so that I don't assume that everyone knows what high ropes is, it's kind of like a series of obstacle courses that you can do, but these obstacle courses are suspended in the air by, yes, you guessed it, ropes. That's why it's called high ropes. The beginning of each course requires that you climb up to the first sort of platform or podium, so that now you can start the actual obstacles that are suspended in the air. So here there were 3 courses. There was the beginner's course, mid-level difficulty, and then there was course 3, which was now for the pros. And so I said, well, what's the harm? Why don't I start with course 2, which is the intermediary level? So I really didn't know what I was doing, and even just looking at how course 2 was looking, I thought it's something that I could attempt to do. And so I did. Each of us was strapped into a safety harness, so that in case we find ourselves slipping or we lose our grip, then we don't plummet to our death. I chose to do the course 2, and that begins with a plane that we're supposed to climb up, sort of like a wall, and it's almost 90 degrees actually. Before I started this activity, a friend of mine asked me, Nuru, so are you scared of heights? And I told them, honestly, I don't know. I can tell you for a fact that I found out whether I am scared of heights or not. And the answer is, yes, I am. Immediately I started climbing up that wall, my legs just started shaking, and I was just trembling, and my heart was pounding, because I was like, oh, what if I slip? What if I fall? But I pushed through all those emotions, by the way. I said, this thing I have to overcome. Even if it's going to take me 3 hours, I'm going to get this thing done. And so I just pushed through the fear. And by the way, the first few sort of steps up were the most challenging, because there are all these sort of crazy things going on in my mind about all the terrible things that could happen. But then once you continue up and you get the hang of it, then it kind of like grows on you, and while the fear is still there, it's not as much. So when I got to the top of the wall, then there's a platform there that now sort of is a landing zone. Now when I stood on this platform, I was just holding the column for dear life, because like the elevation from the ground, to me it seemed very high, and that was course 2. Course 3 was even higher, but for me I felt like it was quite high. But anyway, I just forged ahead, and so I stepped on the first one, and I was really trembling. I even remember I sort of let out some sort of noise. It wasn't like an actual scream, but it wasn't a whimper either. It was something in between. And even when it was coming out of my mouth, I was like, really, that's the best sound you could produce in front of your friends. Anyway, So anyway, so I'm doing it. So I think I took the first step and the second step. I think now when I was going on to the third log, like the log slipped. I was also very scared. I kind of like sort of slipped on the third log, and so now I fell. And at that moment, I was like, I could just see my life flashing before my eyes. And all this while, I had forgotten that I had attached those safety hooks onto the rope above, so that even if I slipped, then I would just fall. And now you see, all this while I was acting, or I was coming from a place where, if you slip, you fall. If you slip, you fall. I had completely forgotten that I had a safety harness on me that I could leverage, I could use to my advantage. Are you seeing that? Like, there's someone there who can help you, or there's something there who can help you, and then you're not using them. You're just thinking like you're alone in this world. Anyway, so I slipped and fell, and now one of the instructors had to come and sort of try to help me continue with that part of the course, but I was unable to continue. I just couldn't gain my balance after that. And so anyway, I got off that course. He helped me to the ground, and when I reached the ground, let me tell you, I almost just kissed it, because I was like, what? These things that you take for granted, solid, firm earth. Hey. I wish that I'm even reliving it right now. Anyway, so I went to the easier level course, and I went up the ladder. And even then, by the way, every time I reached a platform, it wasn't as high as course 2, but that shaky feeling of, I'm above the ground, I could fall at any minute, it was there with me. But I pushed myself on. And let me tell you something, because of the difficulty level of course 2, course 1 didn't really seem that difficult to me. Like, I was able to just push through the challenges without that sense of fear. Like, I felt like, it's not as challenging as the course 2 one that I had attempted. So I was able to go through it pretty easily and without much problems. So the icing on the cake was, at the end of each course, then you get lowered to the ground via zipline. Now, I had heard a lot about ziplining, but I had never ziplined. The last time I actually had the opportunity to zipline, I was heavily pregnant, so you can guess that didn't happen. No. But this time it was going to happen. No pregnancy, no infirmity. I was good to go. So I got in the zipline, and then you just go rushing down, and that sense of, freedom, like, woo, it's just carrying you, and you're going right to the end until you hit the soft landing place. I felt such a sense of accomplishment, and like, yes, Nuru, you did it. You actually managed to do it. You didn't do the one you started off with, but you did finish an obstacle course. What can we learn from this experience? 1, it's okay to try. You see, there was the first level, there was the middle level, and then there was the hard level. I said I'm not going to try the easy level. I said I was going to try with the second level, not because I felt like I was better than those ones who are doing the easy level, or because I felt like my body was stronger than theirs. No, I just told myself, you know what? Like, what do I have to lose? I can start with the easy level and then get tired, too tired to try the second level. So why don't I just try the second level? And if I can't do it, the worst that can happen is just I drop off in the middle and I start from the very beginning. So don't be afraid of trying something new, because you imagine you won't be able to finish it. 2, it's okay to backtrack. I had started on level 2 and I really wanted to finish that course. But because I was unable to continue, then I got off from the middle of the course and then went to an easier course, which is considered a step backwards, so that I could work my way up from the easy course, which is course 1. But taking a step back doesn't mean that we failed. It just means that now we can find ourselves on more comfortable footing and build a better foundation for us now to step up. Push through your fears. Whenever we are trying something new, there's always this kind of feeling of anxiety and like, I'll make a fool of myself, I'll look stupid doing this, like I'll look like I don't know what I'm doing. That's all part of trying something new. Trying something new is not easy, and that element of fear is always there. But push through the fear. I'm telling you, it will be worth it. And if you let the fear encompass you fully, then you won't be able to experience the joys that comes with trying the new thing. Fourth, never ever give up. You can see I tried level 2. Like, I just knew I was the guy. Like, you got this, and I did it, and then I was like, oh, you know what? I don't got this. Just because something isn't working where you are right now, it doesn't mean that you can't try it out in another place. I hope with this experience, you've been able to get a few of the lessons that we can apply in life and life in general. So, just a recap on the 4 things that we learned from this experience. 1, don't be afraid to try. 2, it's okay to backtrack. It's okay to take a step back. 3, always push through your fear. 4, never, ever give up. All right, guys, that's it for now. I hope that these 4 short lessons will give you a bit of encouragement in the next new adventure that you're going to do. Stay warm, stay safe. Until next time, cheers!
Haya, wewe nilikuonesha, so toa hiyo ndio ukipanda next uende kama umevuka. So panda juu.